Morning, students. Today we are going to start with our continue with our chapter that is in regarding to democratic government. And as we were studying what is known by democratic system of government, and on the other hand we had studied about the federal structure, where we came to know about the three important uh, parts of powers that are being distributed, that is the union, state and the concurrent. And we had studied about what individually this contains. Now, in the later part, we studied about the legislature system, which is the Parliament of India. And in that, we had studied about the two important parliament houses that exist in India. One is the Lok Sabha. We studied about the Lok Sabha, how the members are elected through the direct elections of the people. Then about what are the total members or the strength maximum of the government in the Lok Sabha as the member of the Lok Sabha. Then who are certain peoples who are separately nominated in these categories, and how these terms of Lok Sabha, that is the members of the Lok Sabha, which is for the period of 5 years. Now we are going to study about the other part of the parliament, that is the other second part of the parliament, that is the Rajya Sabha. And in this we are going to know about each and every detail as to how it is different from the Lok Sabha and how it works. Now first of all, we have to understand that the Rajya Sabha is also called as the upper house, the upper house of the parliament. And the person who sits as a chairperson or the chairman who controls the working of the Rajya Sabha is the Vice President of India, who is also an ex-officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. The next is about how the members of the Rajya Sabha elected. Now, as we discussed, comparing it to Lok Sabha members, that the members of the Lok Sabha are most probably elected through elections, that is general public go and vote. Through their voting only, the person who attains maximum votes or gets maximum votes, they are elected for a particular constituency seat. Now, on the other hand, Rajya Sabha is not that. They are not elected by the people through elections. They are selected through the state legislative assemblies or the state parliament, as well as the union parliament. They have, and from there individual states have different parliament system of their own, and from there only certain selected of peoples are being taken from there and they are put in the Rajya Sabha. Now considering that, as we studied about the strength of the Lok Sabha, it was around 552 maximum members. Now at presently it is 547 seats that have been occupied. But in Rajya Sabha, the total maximum members of the Rajya Sabha is for about 250 members. In that, there are certain divisions on that, out of which, out of 250 members, 230 members are elected ones. Means they are being elected from the state assemblies or state parliaments. But 12 members are nominated by the president. The president has a separate power to nominate certain people, that is about 12 members, for the Rajya Sabha from different backgrounds of the society, like from art and culture, science, then we have sports, then we have entertainment, and etc. And such wise there are different categories of people who are being nominated, and the total members whom the president can select or nominate is 12 in total numbers. So in total there are 250 members of Rajya Sabha. Now what is the term period now? Now in Lok Sabha, it is considered that the term period of the members of the Lok Sabha is for 5 years, maximum of 5 years. But the term of the Rajya Sabha member is about 6 years. Now there is little change in it, is that now the Rajya Sabha is also called as the permanent house. Now as Lok Sabha, after the term period of 5 years it dissolves, but Rajya Sabha does not. It does not have any election processes to select its members, so it does not dissolve. Now what is the process is that every 2 years the members keep on rotating. The members keep on rotating in the sense, on retirement basis, every 2 years the members, they retire, and in place of them the new members are being elected. So because of this retirement and re-elections of these seats every 2 years. That is why the Rajya Sabha is known as the permanent house of the parliamentary system of India. So this is just a brief details about which at presently you should know about the Rajya Sabha. I have made a comparison and try to make you understand, in the sense you should have a clear picture about how Lok Sabha is different from the workings of the Rajya Sabha, the membership, the elections or selections of the members of the Rajya Sabha, and the term period of both the houses, and what are the different working systems. Now the next that we are going to learn is about the different body of or the organ of the government. This we discussed about the parliamentary system or the legislature part of the or the organ of the government. Now here in the next part we are going to understand about the next body or the organ of the government, which is known as the executive. The first organ that we just now completed is the legislature. The second organ of the government is the executive body. Now what is this executive body? Now here the executive, in the executive body, the president is regarded as the head of the executive body, and on the other hand the prime minister is regarded as one of the important members of the Lok Sabha, and being the head of the country head, or so to say the person who regulates or does the working of the various important activities for the country, he is the main executive body under the president, and he has certain other few members who are known as cabinet ministers and council of ministers. Now these two different bodies, they work under the Prime Minister of India, and accordingly they are from the members who have been selected in the Lok Sabha or elected in the Lok Sabha, and they become a body which is termed as the executive body of the executive part of the government system. Now what are their workings? Now most of their workings are to take important decisions which are in regarding or which is important for regulating the functioning of the government or the country as a whole. Now formation of the government. How is the government body formed? Now as we know, there are so many different kind of political parties. There are so many different kind of political party, and this political party most probably exist in democratic form of government. In a democratic form of government. Now as I have told you, what exactly is the meaning of democratic system, where people of the particular country or the citizens of the country, they give their own voting, they have a voting right, and according using that voting rights, what they do is that they give votes to their own chosen candidates or their own preferred candidates, and they make them to form or give them an opportunity to gain majority in the government or majority in the parliament, and then form a government who can rule them or bring about certain changes that they want in their own selves. Now this is how political parties we have in every part of the democratic system of government. We have political parties who select their own representative from their own side, from their own political parties, and forming this political party, they have their own ideologies, they have their own principle of governing the nation. They bring about lot of manifestos or promises to the people that what they are going to do, how they are going to do, and that is during the elections. And when understanding their perspective, if people find it is better, they choose or give their votes and choose a particular political party to form a government, and according to which a proper system of executive bodies are being formed who take care of the working of the political system of the country. Now, taking important decisions. Now, certain times it also happens that one particular political party gets majority of votes, what is required to form a government, and if they form a government getting the majority. In certain times it happens that there are certain shortages of membership, or limitations are there to form a government. Like for example, if I give you just a simple basic example, if there is requirement of 200 seats to be gained out of 500 or something, if there are around 200 or 250 seats that is required to be taken by a particular political party or gained by a political party to form a government, and if there is a shortage, now certain times what happens, these political parties, they take help of the other elected members of the other political parties, and they try to fill up those gaps which is remaining to get a majority of seats. Now, according to that, those kind of government which are formed by combining two different political parties together is known as coalition government. They are known as coalition government, where two different political parties, they join together. If there is a shortage of majority, and the people or the members who are elected through elections, they become the members of the Lok Sabha. They are being brought forward in that particular party which is having a shortage, and when they combine together and then they show the majority that they are able to form a government, then those kind of political system, in that political system, when the government is formed, it is known as coalition government in simple terms. Now here again, according to the majority, the president, the prime minister is being elected under the recommendation of the President of India, and on that basis certain important members of their own choices are being elected from their own political system, which forms the cabinet ministers, and these cabinet ministers help the prime minister to take important decisions, acquiring certain important positions in the government system, like you have finance minister, defense minister, home minister, railway minister, and so on. So this is all about this system, and in that, now the question arises, what happens to the other political party who does not win the elections? Now they stand as an opposition party. Now what is the importance of this opposition party to be there? Now what does this opposition party do? This opposition party, they form restrictions, they keep a check on the government that has been formed, and on that checking only what happens, the other part, the government which has formed always remains cautious about what their workings are, because they are being seen properly by the other side or their opposition side or the opposite side. So opposition party, those who are that political party who have not been elected or who are unable to form the government, they stand to be an opposition political party in the parliament, and they always keep their important requirement or necessity is that they keep a check on the workings of the government. So this is all about the executive system, where the executive body works. Now on that basis, we are going to understand in our next class about what is the other terms of the state government, and how the state government are being formed, and what are the important organs of the state government and their functioning. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.